New glasses, same YouTuber. Hello everyone, Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and thank you to Raid for sponsoring this video. You can check out the link down below. It's a great place to start a new account, get some cool champions to start with, and join me on this wonderful Raid journey. We are here, well, we're on my free-to-play, because I can show you a few things that I'm going to be planning on doing on the account, but we're here to talk a little bit about what's going to be happening next for Raid. Now, today is the final day for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff, at least as far as the Leonardo event's concerned. I fortunately have been able to get Leonardo and his soul on both of my accounts, and hopefully you got something cool out of this too, and hopefully you've enjoyed this collaboration. But what is coming up next in Raid? Well, I don't actually know directly, but I've got some clues that they've dropped, and of course some of the things that they have announced. So let's talk about that a little bit, as well as some of what I want to focus both here on the channel and here on the account. So as far as the account is concerned here, we are almost done with this arena mission. In fact, I believe I need to win 2 more arena battles, and then I can actually get this affinity upgrade done and over with. And then I've got keys to do this Doom Tower boss, and I can do some swift parry, I can glyph some stuff up. I'm going to need to run some Dragon's Lair, but that shouldn't be a problem. I'm already doing stage 10 on that, and we're already down to here before we're even talking about, yeah, we can cruise through a lot of this stuff. Some stuff will be very easy to do, some stuff is going to require a little bit of energy, but we're going to get some energy along the way while we're doing some of this as well, and I can use that to grow the account and train up the account. What I'm going to be really looking forward to doing is I need to basically train up a bunch of these champions, worrying about booking them up. Now, you guys voted for Sanguine Maria versus Rhodos for me to work on, and you made some good points on both of them, that Rhodos might be a little bit tankier, that Sanguine Maria is maybe not as proven, but she's new, so she might be interesting as well. So we went with Maria. Maria is actually fully booked. I've got her with a blessing, because I did buy a 1-star blessing from the shop a while ago when she popped up for it. It was a good idea. It's honestly not a bad idea when you're doing a fusion. If you see a 1-star soul, snag it, because a 1-star soul enables a lot of really good stuff, even if a 1-star soul, when you can't do it if you don't have any soul of any kind. So I always recommend doing that, even unless you really are aware that they are going to be doing an event that will be attainable, because for Maria, it was a champion chase tournament to get her soul, and that wasn't going to be attainable here. So I'm glad I picked up the 1-star soul. In the worst case scenario, you wasted 20 of the middle level of the coins, or not the 20 of the middle level coins, but 20 of the silver coins. And you know what? You get to sell it back. You get a few of them back. Not as good, but it's not the worst thing to do to hedge your bets just in case. And you know what? If you want to keep it in case you get a second one, 2 Angry Marias wouldn't be the worst thing to build on an account. But regardless, we've got champions we're building. I'm certainly working on my Leonardo. I'm finishing up Granite technically with books before I book my Leonardo. I've got a bunch of champions to build and book and master and level up. And so that's going to be my focus for this account. It's something I keep saying is something I need to do, and I'm going to skip a fusion. Well, at this point in time, I don't have a choice to skip a fusion, because I'm not going to be able to get enough shards for a fusion if there's a fusion in the next couple days. So as far as what's coming up in Raid, and I'll just run some arena battles here in the background as we can do this. Maybe I can actually finish up the stuff here. There's not a lot that they've announced that is definite, but we do have some things coming up soon. Specifically, we know that there is a big content drop coming around the end of this month. Traditionally, they do their biggest content drops at the end of this month, or the beginning of next month, but usually Chimera and everything else has dropped around and just before Thanksgiving. So I expect over the next 2 weeks, we are going to get some hype videos about the new stuff coming to Raid Shadow Legends, and that's going to include things such as there's going to be some, new bosses that they're going to put in the game. There's probably going to be some new quality of life updates that they've talked about as well. They've talked about Live Arena being open, which is going to be kind of fun. So Live Arena being open all the time will be great. That will make it a lot easier. I have once missed getting out on some of my advanced quests because I just couldn't play the game during Live Arena's opening events. So it will be nice to actually get some of that taken care of and not have to worry about when Live Arena is scheduled, particularly because with the time change that a lot of people deal with in the world, not easy to get through. Just the time change can really kind of mess up your raid schedule if you've got a nice raid schedule. And woohoo, look at this. We got the crit damage done. So that is all 3 of these done. There is the arena progress mission done. So great. So what does that mean as far as announcements are concerned? Well, it's currently the 9th as of recording this video. So that means over the next week, we might actually get some good announcements. And, before Thanksgiving is the 27th, at least the American Thanksgiving. So before November 27th, we should be getting an update, which means this week might actually have not much going on. And there's a good chance we will get a fusion either starting on the 17th of next month or possibly the 24th. And in fact, I would not be surprised if we had 2 weeks off to make sure that we got everything that we needed to, prep the fusion, to prep the, event coming forward. And, we're going to have a chance to basically, circle the wagon a little bit, recover from this, save up for another fusion, as well as, get hyped for whatever new content is going to be enabled soon. So traditionally, this is around the time when they used to do a fusion for an epic, when they might actually introduce an epic fusion. Generally, those were fairly skippable unless you were very, very early on. And they also were generally fairly easy to do. They were like a week long. You only had one summoning event. They were fragment champions, so you could save them until you needed them. And the one time it was not a particularly good, the one time I remember, if it was Vildrax, not a particularly good champion. The other champion that was really, really good was they did Hoscaril, and Hoscaril was actually well worth fusing if you could get him to fuse him. And if you missed him, he was an epic, so he wasn't that exciting. Where is Hoscaril? There he is. This dude here, he's an AoE stun machine. He's immune to stun debuffs, does extra damage on enemies under stun, brings increased resistance and increased defense. This was right around when they do the increased resistance part. And he's a very, very solid progression epic, and honestly, really good in the end game in some Centranos floors as well. Really, really good champion, well worth building. So maybe we'll get an epic fusion. I don't expect it because they have not done it for several years. I believe that was 3 years ago at this point in time, at least 2 years ago. So I don't think we're going to get an epic fusion. I think instead they will give us an extra week, and then we will have a fusion going into the week of Thanksgiving. Either that will be the end of it or that will be the beginning of it. And of course, that means it will be over Black Friday as well, which will be an interesting event. And then on Christmas, we'll get a Christmas fusion of some time right around the Christmas New Year's time. And so that'll actually help space it out just a little bit as well. Otherwise, if they do another fusion really soon, then we're going to have another fusion. And then if they want to do a Christmas fusion like they do, they're either going to have to do a Christmas fusion very, very early or very, very late into the Christmas season, which is not something I see Polarium is wanting to do. So I suspect we may actually have a slight slowdown in events that we are going to get for the fusions. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get a special Titan event for maybe another good champion. Like, for example, we did get a Titan event, I believe, for Sir Nick. We have had a Titan event for a Storm in the Cold. And they have done really cool things with basically having bonus fusions for existing champions that are fairly solid and usable during the holiday spirit as well. So look forward to that and start saving up so that you can actually get one of those extra free champions, assuming they're a good champion worth getting. And finally, take advantage of some of these tournaments now that we don't have to focus on a fusion that are going to force our hands as to what we need to do. Need to do some champion training like I do? Well, I'm going to dive into this champion training event, and I am going to make sure I'm farming up a ton of chickens. I'm going to be leveling up as many people as I can. I'm going to be 5-starring and 6-starring champions as much as possible to, get these champions ready to go so that I can use them in high-end content. I can make videos on them, and honestly, so that I can improve my account, because the 6-star, getting champions to 6-star, getting them mastered, it's generally a core of what I believe you need to do to fully level up and build a champion. And it's one of the best ways to empower your account, is to get those masteries for champions and get good champions built on your account. Because even if it's a champion you're only going to be using in a few floors in a Centranos, if you can get past 1 floor in Centranos, that might open 5 to 10 more floors that you can start farming in a Centranos as well. So don't sleep on lulls like this as a time to just kind of take a break. That said, if you need to take a bit of a break from Raid, this week is probably the week to do it. Are you looking to join me and have fun playing Raid Shadow Legends? Well, I've got the link for you. Use my link down below and get yourself a free LNRL once you get through the tutorial. LNRL is a great legendary, does a bunch of poisons, does irresistible burns, explodes those poisons, going to be very, very great for progressing in the early game, great for your clan boss team, will really, really help you out. And then at level 15, get yourself an Ugo. Ugo is absolutely amazing. She is one of the best endgame epics. She brings your block debuffs, she brings your decreased defense, she's got a heal and a cleanse, she's got leech on that A1, she is super tanky, she's got a chance to revive. Absolutely amazing epic for you. All you need to do is start a brand new account using a brand new fresh email and use my link down below. Get started in Raid and have some fun. So as a content creator, I'm going to spend the next week or two kind of, circling my own, barrels or wagons or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the expression is supposed to be. And I'll be getting out some videos. I'll have a chance to do a guide on Sanguine Maria. I'll have a chance to explore using Leonardo and the other turtles in some teams. I'll have a chance to maybe do some fun collabs with some other content creators as well, talking about maybe the future of Raid or features we might like, or just kind of fun stuff that you guys like talking about in Raid. You guys have been absolutely amazing. A ton of support. One of the things I do have going is I've got a couple of accounts to give away. So look forward to some giveaways here on the account or on the YouTube channel, I guess, for the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if it's going to be this week or next week when I run that contest, but I will be running a contest sometime in November for a giveaway account. So just, make sure you subscribe, like the videos, follow along, look for the news, look for the video, and there should be a pretty fun account to give away as well. Might even have a second account to give away as well. We'll figure out what I want to do, but I want to make sure I'm making some fun content for you guys. I don't just want to make shard pull videos. I want to make great guides. I want to make interesting topics that we can talk about. I love chatting with you guys. And sometimes that just means chatting through the comments. Sometimes it means chatting through Discord. You guys are absolutely amazing. One of the best communities here in Raid. And honestly, I couldn't do this without you guys and your support. So let's keep looking forward. Let's keep Polarium honest on this stuff. To be fair, I called them out for not doing the Leo event when they announced it. I've called them out for making some things a little more expensive. And to be fair, the Leo event was honestly fair given some of the expenses that they have done beforehand. But still, it was not a cheap event. It was not free to play friendly if you didn't play very, very conservatively. And to be fair, on my free to play, I wasn't playing as conservatively as I should. I managed to do it, but it really, really did cost me a lot of resources and a lot of other opportunities to level stuff up on my account. So my account progress stalled while I got good champion. And so now is my time to work on progressing my account more, pushing myself further and further on in the dungeons, pushing myself further and further on in Hydra, further in Chimera, further in Centranos, and whatever this new content is, well, I get to tackle that with a brand new, fresh perspective here on the free to play, as much as I'll be able to do it on my main account as well. So I'm looking forward to making some fun videos for you guys, and I really do appreciate all your support. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. Again, you guys are absolutely amazing. Just kind of wanted to do a quick little update video on things I plan to do. I'm going to work on some videos, honestly, today. Hopefully I can actually get a few of them shot today. I've got some collab opportunities going on out there as well, so that should be kind of fun. And, I just love doing this stuff, and it is a wonderful opportunity for me to keep on making Raid Shadow Legends video. Both because Polarium, who sponsored me for this, has allowed me to do this, but also you guys are the ones that keep me doing this. And honestly, without the Polarium support, I'd probably still be making these videos, maybe not quite as many, but you know what? I love this, and I love you guys, and I just appreciate everything. So that's enough sappiness for today. You guys have a wonderful day, and until the next video, I am Bront, CatHerder.